This is Stock Talk on June 21st. It's currently 4:34 p.m. Eastern Time. Before we get started, I want to tell you guys that there is a Facebook group that is going to be released in July. So that's coming up very soon. So be on the lookout for that. And this is a place where you guys all can communicate tickers and help each other, as well as communicate with me in terms of some of the tickers as well, or anything stock related. So yep, I'll be posting links in the comments in all my future videos, so be on the lookout for that. In the meantime, big movements in the markets today. Looking at SPY, the S&P 500 on the 180-day chart. So here we are. Here we go. We said that the support is the boxed area 274.50 to 275.50, and that the daily close has to be above, at the very least, above this support line, right? The support line is situated pretty much at 274. And you guys can take a look at intraday, how we bounced once, twice off of the white line, right? And then at the end of the day, we kind of dipped below, but then got straight back to the line. So, because of today's movements, we talked about entry positions into the market has to be somewhere in this boxed area upon a reversal back up. So do we have a reversal back up yet? Not yet. However, if you wanted to enter the markets right now, you certainly could, but it's a little bit dangerous given that we are falling right back at the support to the 200 period moving average. So you can see that we touched it today again, and that could be your signal to get in. Now, of course, if we're wrong, we would expect a downtrend, a downward trend to possibly 271 at that area. So we definitely got to watch out for that, because that is a long ways to fall should we start falling, continue falling tomorrow. Looking at volatility, it went up 12.72%. So we're looking at TVIX right now on the 180-day chart, and we got smacked right to the resistance again, $47, right? You guys can see on the one-day chart how we got to the $47, kind of pulled back a little bit, but that is where we are right now, and we have to take what we're given to us. Given what the market is telling us, it wants to test the bottom once again. So that, I think, in my opinion, that still provides good opportunity for everyone to get in, but I would still wait for the reversal before investing into the tickers that go with the market. So we're going to take a look at /CL tracking crude oil futures. We actually saw crude oil futures open market day negative, I believe, over 1%, only to recover and cover it back to the positive end on the 180-day chart. Though you guys can see that this is still more of a bearish sign, even though we're seeing some sort of consolidation at this area. We know that the resistance is at 66.66, so we're heading that direction. Certainly I wouldn't go into the ticker UWT right now given this trend, but this is just something to be on the lookout for as we move on. Looking at SPSIOP, tracking oil and gas exploration. This is one that we can actually constantly trade because it's so predictable right now. It's like a horizontal pattern. You sell on the top, you buy on the bottom. So what's happening right now? Well, DRIP, which is the inverse of GUSH mostly following SPSIOP, went down, what? 8% today, right? Correlated with these two red candles. Now DRIP went up around almost 8%. So you can see, imagine that when GUSH falls to around this area, or SPSIOP falls to that area, that is a great entry point for GUSH again. So you guys can see what happened today. Came to the top, now coming to the bottom. Our entry points has to be near $34 and change. So hopefully you guys can take advantage of these wild swings. In the meantime, let's take a look at /NG tracking natural gas futures. Not as much movement today. We expected this, right? Look at this. Failed breakout to the support. Now we're back at the resistance, and here we are, the great selling point, right? So we sell UGAZ. You can even, if you wanted to, I wouldn't recommend it, but if you wanted to, you can take a position on DGAZ or DGAZ, which is inverse natural gas, and then once natural gas gets down here, you can get back to what? UGAZ, UGAZ, right? So right now, UGAZ, didn't really move that much, only up 0.8%. We talked about the margin, right? There's not that much margin for profit if you got in at the end of day yesterday, but if you did get down here at the bottom, what a terrific time to go in. 4/GC tracking gold futures. Gold futures playing out exactly as we expected, as we talked about in previous videos. Here's a support, 1270. What happened today? We kind of went under, but it's kind of slightly recovering. Is this a sign of a reversal? No. Okay, N0. No, this is not a sign of reversal. This is just a sign of a steady downtrend. You can see that we're heading towards the 20 EMA, only to come back down just a little bit. So let's take a look at the wider picture on the 1-year chart. Where's our next support? Our next definitive support has to be around this area. So this area is around 1247. That's a pretty big drop, but that has to be the next major support unless the market finds a different support otherwise. So gold still going on the downtrend, not much change there. I want to talk about IQ really quick. We talked about IQ in terms of exiting, right? Especially if we hit $5. Did we hit 45? We didn't. We managed to just plummet today, right? Plummet 12%, over 12% today. So here's what I see for IQ. I think if you guys are in it and you guys didn't sell today, managing risk, right, which we'll talk about in the course as well. But if you didn't manage to exit today, putting yourself in a pretty difficult situation in that case. I think this one will U-turn back up at some point, similar to the ticker WTI, which we've kind of taken a look at in the past, right? We've seen that it's U-turned back in the past, but look, today it fell with the markets. You guys can see how it kind of fell back to the 200 period moving average. But at the same time, just know that for IQ, there's still room to fall, given its bullish streak for so long. On the 1-year chart, you guys can see that, right? So you can imagine this can fall literally to $35 before it potentially starts consolidating or reversing. So if you have the patience to wait out another $4, that's good. If you don't have the patience, you might want to leave right now and then get back in when it's lower, but that's really up to you. We saw a ton of tickers looking at Tesla, right? We said that Tesla looked really good. It still looks okay in my opinion. I mean, this pattern kind of just fell with the markets today, so if markets do continue to fall tomorrow, I'm still looking for support around this box area. But at the very least, looking at the 3-year chart doesn't look as appeasing anymore right now. This is a breakout pattern, but because the markets are pulling lower, Tesla's also pulling a little lower. I expect it to continue to break out in my opinion, but it's just right now, it's given market turbulence, it doesn't have the opportunity to kind of go up either. So that's just something to watch out for as we are moving forward. Looking at AMD, all right, AMD minus 5% today, pretty big losses. Here's the candle, the weekly candle, right? Here we are. Here's a weekly candle. What are we waiting for? We're waiting for a continuous downtrend back to the 20 EMA. So here's the first red candle. Doesn't mean that it can't pull up higher, but at the same time, we're so overextended over the 20 EMA. I'm looking for a downturn soon. All right, let's get to your comments. Lucas, drip with a solid day today, expecting it to rise some more tomorrow. I agree. I took a position with USLV today. Can you take a look at PAYC? So yeah, we'll cover the tickers that I've covered in the past, like the tickers to watch in our monthly videos. Remember? I post kind of like one stock to watch in the month, and here's PAYC, right? So if you guys were in PAYC, hopefully you guys made quite a bit of money, but we've had this trend line here for a while, right? This trend line is a bull flag pattern on the upside right here. We were at the peak. What a great time to sell. You guys had plenty of time to sell at PAYC right here, and now it's coming back down. Where's the next support? Well, the next support is around $100 and $99. That's a great time, $10 down from below to take a position. So, this again, just if you're not constantly staring at the markets, I'm sure you can make a profit. But if you're constantly staring at it daily, those emotions might influence your trading pattern. Then that's when you take the blunt of your losses. All right, Addy boy, always grateful for you to call my tickers. ABBV is a cup and handle pattern. Can you suggest an entry point? Tesla, AMD, and T are all falling apart. Well, it's just today, right, because of the market. So, just here's ABBV, cup and handle. Yeah, so the one with this is you see this massive drop down here, and then we kind of got back up here. We couldn't even get down over here to the gap down area, right? This is showing not a good pattern at all. Actually, let me just take a look at the 3-year chart. Yeah, this is not a very good pattern. You guys can see that we try to catch it here. We didn't manage to get back up to the resistance area. We actually fell short. And then now we're heading back to the 50-period moving average. We can't expect this to hold as a support, in my opinion. It could, but given this descending trajectory, it does not look good for this one, and I expect this one to fall a little bit more. That's just my opinion, though. Prashanth, I don't know what happened to IQ. There's no negative news. Is this just a correction? I'm happy that if it is, okay, so we talked about IQ, right? Right, so were you the person who caught it at 45? Because, yeah, that was... So, yeah, IQ. We kind of talked about IQ already. I think it will go up, but you have to give it time. You have to give it, maybe a couple of weeks. Fun Simple Life. Silver ETF just went back down to previous support. Currently confirmation of USLV. Okay. Let's quickly take a look at USLV since many of you are guys talking about silver right now. So here's USLV. We were looking for a confirmation. So remember we talked about how we were going to come down and at the very least, wait for the reversal. Did we have a reversal signal? This is a very weak reversal signal, but you could have entered around today. I mean, I wouldn't blame you because this is near the bottom. So yeah, if you entered, I think you're okay, but just don't put your entire account size into here, please, because this is another failed breakout pattern. So yeah, good stuff. All right, Eric, a bit of echo in the video. Yeah, sorry about yesterday's video. There's a little bit of echo, and this is not my normal setup. Once I get home, you'll see the normal setup again. So. Giants Rico pulled the trigger this morning at 42.34. That's fantastic. You bought drip. Great job. Great job, Rico. Tango Starbucks. Right, we talked about Starbucks yesterday. Oh, we already talked about Starbucks not being a buy. Right, so. All right, I think that's it for today. Thank you very much for joining me. I tackled all the tickers from the previous video, so if you guys have any tickers that you want me to tackle for weekend stock talk, either Saturday or Sunday, I'll post one of them, and we'll see you then. But until then, be on the lookout for tomorrow in the markets. I mean, we need to see some sort of reversal in this area. Should we start closing SPY, actively closing under the 200-period moving average? That is not good, right? If we hit the 273, there's room to drop from there, and that will be a continuation of a downtrend. And actually, that will be a rejection of the 50-period moving average. Look at that, right? Not good at all if we continue lower. But right now, we're in this muddy middle area where you could have taken a position right here if you really wanted to, but because we're on a descending trend now, this is not a reversal trend, you can only dip your toes in here right now. You should not put the majority of your account size into the markets. So that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.